Super Reaction Bros. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And on today's episode, we're taking a look at the newest CinemaSins, this time for everything wrong with the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
Yes.
Now, we saw the movie back in March. We thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect. It wasn't great. It was fine.
They did a good job for what they had to work with.
And it did have its fair share of problems. Now,
yes.
we're gonna see if CinemaSins found all the things we found wrong with it.
Oh yes.
So
yeah. So let's just dive right onto this, and then we'll see pretty much if we all agree with everything. So let's take a look at it for the everything wrong with the 2017 Power Rangers. So here we go.
They didn't show the title till the end.
42 seconds of just the most dramatic logos you'll ever see, in case you confused it for the Paleozoic era. Movie waited 1 minute and 35 seconds too long to offer an apology for its awfulness. Discount heavily CGI Bryan Cranston. Holy that is Bryan Cranston. Damn! He hasn't been in a movie this since John Carter, or Rock of Ages, or the Total Recall remake, or Jesus, Bryan Cranston's been in some terrible movies. Nonsensical dialogue aside, I'm here to send the stylized subtitles, because this movie is dumb enough to think sizzling gold font is the thing this needs to draw in the millennials.
I just milked him. You just milked him. This is a hit.
Not hilariousness aside, how does a guy jerk one cock teat and think he's done milking a female cow? Any idiot can tell you cows have multiple teats that need to be milked, so your joke is kind of impotent. How the heck did Jason neither see nor hear the patrol car that was literally inches away from his truck? We interrupt this Power Rangers movie to bring you the remake of The Third Man.
This one I think you've done the dumbest thing you could possibly do. You find something even dumber and you do it.
And I waited over the last 3 weeks since you did it to lecture you about it here on your first day back to school for cinematic purposes.
This was supposed to be your season. I had scabs coming to every game. Now it's all gone.
Expositional lecturing.
Are you crazy?
Man, and I thought Ed Sheeran's cameo on Game of Thrones was...
Did you just slap me? I did. Weird, right?
He took one back for that.
Not only does the movie mistakenly assume kids of this age know what an actual printed picture looks like, this is a terrible picture to cut up. Even if they cut Kimberly off, there's still a part of her foam finger overlapping generic cheerleader 2. Teenage girl in a movie has an emotional moment and immediately decides to cut her hair cliche. Whoa, girl, you are in high school. You are going to f*** this up for sure. I admire her because she cut her own hair. Kimberly's able to deliver herself a salon-quality haircut, despite using only scissors and the lighting in the girl's bathroom. Why the hell do you need a bell to ring on Saturday school? There's only one class, and they're all together.
It's really impossible to cram a ton of crayons in a butt.
God damn, this movie's really gonna pile on the jokes about butts and wee-wees and pee-pees and all that
bullshit.
And anyway, Billy's just plain wrong.
What's the plan, huh? What's he gonna do with this life?
Man, the over-expecting dad cliché meter is already at Kurtwood Smith and Dead Poet Society level, less than 15 minutes in.
Oh my God, Jason Scott.
Oh my God! I can't tell if I'm more annoyed by the constant references to Jason's celebrity or the amount of f***ing Dutch angles in this movie.
I know.
6:56. I know you got 4 minutes.
Sure, Billy will be able to disable the tracking device, but Jason's parents are at home, right? They're not going to notice he's out and about.
That's
That's a 3-minute warning. Come on, bud.
What kind of ankle bracelet gives you a 3-minute f***ing warning? And what's going to happen at the end of it? Will it explode and leave a bloody stump? In that case, I'm now actively rooting for Billy to fail.
Like, we don't know each other at all. I don't know what we're doing here.
Suddenly, it's apparent that Jason would be excellent at CinemaSins. Who are you? Who are any of you? F***ing hell. Oh, come the f*** on. First off, there's no way Jason heard that music from back at the van unless he somehow has already gained supernatural abilities. Second, Jason's a star quarterback, but he's not f***ing Aragorn. How the hell did he track down this spot based on the music being played out of an iPhone speaker? And why would he track down the source of the music? Third, after he completes this magical f***ing journey of bullshit tracking, the source of the sound is not only a hot girl in the middle of undressing and not a rando townie disposing of a body in the mine, it's his schoolmate that he just connected with this morning.
Kimberly!
Strange to hear you say my name.
What?
But it's not strange that the local celebrity football player happened upon your secret swimming spot at the exact time you jumped in.
So what are you doing up here? Did you follow me?
No, I'm just randomly up here right now, like all the other half-dozen random teens that the movie has shown me. Just doing teen.
I could leave here, you know.
Where?
Got it anywhere.
What movie thinks his character development is really just a series of fucking teenage cliches strung together. Is this movie ever gonna Power Ranger?
This place is a restricted area.
How many teens can accidentally be in the same place at one time? I'm asking the mathematicians in the audience, because this is forced as Also, nobody else other than the kids respond to the massive blast from Billy's bomb, even though it was audible all throughout the mine. Everyone survives this.
Who is that?
I don't know, but there's conveniently one of them for each of you. Gotcha. This van is going slow enough that Kimberly and Trini can catch up to it, but the security vehicles make no attempt to close the gap. This pulling into the van a guy who is psycho and on top of the van is presented as something that's possible.
That's the way out, Billy.
Jason, who's never been to this mine before, somehow has an excellent handle on the topography around here.
Oh, this part.
Yeah.
Damn, movie blows its car crash budget within the first 25 minutes. Also, even more, everyone survives this bullshit. Okay, I know they got magical, cosmic, whatchamacallit superpowers from the discount
Thank
video
you!
stuff,
This
but
sounds-
how the did they get home?
Yeah,
last
last
night?
night, car crash.
Coins transport them? Luckily,
That's the
Jason
part you don't
remembered to
really
take his shirt
explain.
off before going to bed last night, even though he left his pants on, so that we can see how much the coin wailed on his abs. This is the worst cyberbullying ever. Sending a poop emoji is the best you've got? Jesus. Haven't these assholes ever read a YouTube comment section?
I'm just gonna quietly snap your wrist, you little bitch.
Let's talk about this bully's plan. He's bullying in a very public area, so there's a high chance of a teacher seeing him. And he wants to break Billy's wrist? Quietly? Even if Billy didn't have superpowers, this would be a terrible bullying plan.
Billy Cranston just knocked cool walls out cold.
At the end of the year, this student was voted most likely to randomly expel.
That's it.
Crazy? Well, this is crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Crazy, 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 crazy.
Nice hair.
Man, the bullies in this movie aren't even trying. Her hair is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Body?
Nice.
Deceased female?
Rita waits until Ranger Rick calls this in before she becomes a jump-scaring dick. Hang on, why are the police just investigating the crash now? Kimberly said,
I slept all day yesterday.
so they waited at least a day before checking out.
You have a point. We have a point. We should just talk about this. I mean, we don't know what
I have plenty to say about this moment, but the most important thing is that they decided to call those colorful alien stones coins. That's actually hilarious. How hard did Marvel lean on this shit? This scene of the kids all discovering their
Damn.
powers is kind of fun, but it's also so discount chronicle that it might as well have been shot in found
Yeah.
footage format.
Welcome to the club.
You and the club. I mean, I know they have super strength and all, but that doesn't mean they can hold their breath indefinitely underwater. Did Billy slip them all some gillyweed? During this trip down a magical wormhole, Zach takes some time for some casual flirting, because the power of boners is greater than the power of rangers.
There's something out here.
The walls are shaking.
Come on.
Pretty sure those are out of order Creedence Clearwater Revival lyrics.
It's impossible.
He says this upon seeing an apparent alien ship underground, but did not say this after they swam down into the deep of whatever and came out on the other side upside down and or after any of the other weird that's happened since they took those power coins.
Power
All that
coins.
underwater time, Billy should be thanking his lucky stars that flashlight still works. And where the hell did it come from?
Holy shh.
Movie with a PG-13 rating is too chicken to include an uncensored.
I've been very lonely.
Damn it, they dragged poor Bill Hader's voice into this, didn't they?
I'm a talking robot. You can trust me.
Tell that to HAL 9000.
Billy, Jean Fran Export
The How the hell is it possible to upload an essence to a millions of years old f***ing spacecraft? This eternal life bullshit is central to the movie's plot, but is never explained.
These teenagers are the Power Rangers.
Roll credits. Also, the problem with the Power Rangers origin story is that you literally spend half your movie on it.
Looks like the Power Rangers were a team that protected life.
Jesus Christ, there's no way Billy would have been able to tell that from these random pictures. Why not just include a shot of Billy literally reading from the script?
And every planet in the universe that has life has a piece of the crystal buried inside it.
Oh.
65 million years ago, Zordon's team died defending the crystal here.
So there were dinosaurs roaming around during this fight? Why isn't this fight the movie I'm watching right now? Because it sounds f***ing rad.
Look, I'm standing here with a wet wedgie.
If you look up wet wedgie in the Urban Dictionary, you will be disgusted. And also no closer to finishing up this sin than you were before you went Googling and Trust me, I know.
Who's that woman?
Her name is Rita Repulsa.
If you listen carefully, you can almost hear Bryan Cranston phoning his performance in.
My best guess is we have 11 months. Well, I'm sorry, days.
Robots that can't differentiate between days and months are robots not worth building. Just my 2 cents.
How'd you know my name?
Because it's you, Jason Scott. You are the leader. You are the Red Ranger.
And I guess every Red Ranger before this point has been named Jason Scott. Otherwise, this is not answering Jason's question.
You know that deep down what I'm saying is true.
Does he really, though? Also, what the hell happened to his ankle monitor?
But somehow,
Never explained.
we were all in the same place at the same time.
Somehow.
Are we really superheroes? Like, are we more like Iron Man or Spider-Man?
Movie has Marvel bias. Also, considering you found that made you powerful, you're more like the guys from Chronicle. But since that's the movie you're ripping off, I'll add that you're also more like Green Lantern than you are either of the two dudes you just mentioned.
I'm pretty sure I'm a superhero.
Pee in that cup.
Har har movie, but this presupposes Trini's mom had this cup at the ready while at the dinner table.
Our Rangers were a legion of warriors, sworn to protect life.
So where's the rest of them then? There were only 5 on Earth. Then one of those turned evil. Now they've been dormant for 65 million years, so who's been protecting life all this time? What's going on here? Are these people who don't know hand-to-hand combat teaching each other hand-to-hand combat through sparring? Song is bad enough, but tying movie actions to the song's lyrics is too far. This isn't training or teaching, it's sparring without knowledge. How any of these asshats manage to learn anything in the pit is beyond me. Like, basically they learn to fight by getting the shit kicked out of them repeatedly. Why are they prison notching the days of training? Can they not count to 11? Krispy Kreme clearly has a CEO or marketing director that once recently screamed, "Bring me the millennials!" No one sees this shit. The kids are starting to show up to school with these Fight Club-like injuries, which brings up the fact that this is school. Shouldn't all the guidance counselors be asking about what's going on at home? Now this movie's just a montage battle between morph machine bull and training, none of which makes any goddamn sense. God damn it!
Wait for it.
Rock wall with their superpowers, but now they're all dragging ass up this modest cave incline.
But you're not ready for this power. When
Al, this movie is my college ex-girlfriend. All flirt and tease, but no nookie. Apparently this guy waited until everyone left and then just hijacked one of the Dinobots, which he was somehow able to start and deploy despite his lack of training, and which will lead to some near-death hilarious hijinks of some sort that I won't care about. So Billy acted, I guess, selflessly, and now dons the morph suit? Great. Why did they all have to stand over specific spots earlier to even attempt to gain the morph suits?
Standing in this circle, as a team, you can easily connect to the morphing grid.
Also, I genuinely thought this morph thing was about them all accepting the team and thinking only of each other. But one of them gets enlightened before the others, and even though everyone else is still being a selfish dick, Billy still gets his armor. That noise.
I shall destroy Rita myself. There must be a way to free me from this wall.
And I'm guessing it's a bigger paycheck than this movie was willing to offer.
if they morph, you can harness that energy to regenerate your body and come back through.
Jason has the same perfect eavesdropping skills as Obi-Wan in Attack of the Clones.
Can I help you? Gold. I'm interested in gold.
Okay, they explain that Zordon can speak English because Alpha 5 plugged it into the ship's matrix, but how does Rita know it? Especially since she's also 65 million years old. I understand why Elizabeth Banks might want to appear in a goofy action film, but I do not understand why she'd want to obscure her appearance so massively as to basically make her look like a less demonic Alanis Morissette.
Get on the ground and you won't.
Holy Angel Grove has to have the most inept police department ever. Scott doesn't know that Rita killed all those fishermen. He's just responding to a regular jewel robbery. But he will shoot the out of you if you turn around quickly.
That's true.
Damn, this movie has a sneaky high body count. There were 2 customers in there, along with the cop and the saleswoman.
Hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
Is there a fucking reason the last 6 seconds needed 6 fucking cuts?
My mom, she's sick.
All it really took to morph was a cry session around a campfire. But Cranston, Wallface, and Alpha 5 were unable to just say this, so we got the last 30 minutes of movie instead.
Sometimes I get too scared to stay there at night because I'm afraid she can't make it.
After seeing this performance, the director reflexively said, no, seriously, do the scene for real?
No, this is over. Are you Power Rangers or are you friends?
Skip.
How did you get in here?
I'm a superhero. And you left your window open.
Fucking hell movie.
Fucking hell.
I didn't realize how mean it was until I saw her face.
Kim, there's literally thousands of photos going around school.
Thousands of nude pictures? What fucking high school is this?
I had to sit in Mr. Detmer's office with Amanda's father and watch as they showed him that photo of his daughter.
Holy the principal not only showed Amanda's father a picture of his naked daughter, he did it at the school and invited Kim to the meeting? This movie just took a weird turn.
Start over and erase that picture right now.
Why does she still have it? Movie has time for this. These 5 assholes without armor fight Rita and do not die. And I've lost all faith in this movie's mythology, to be honest. What the is going on? Why didn't she just kill them?
5 little rangers tied up like fish.
But why? They don't even have Power Ranger armor.
Set it down in the establishment.
Where? What does that mean?
Here it comes, here it comes.
It's a Krispy Kreme.
God damn it! Man, this movie needs to make up its mind about whether these assholes have super strength, considering all 4 of them are still struggling to pull one belly up from the water.
He's gonna be okay, right?
Well, as long as you keep standing there doing nothing, I'm sure he will
true.
be. Character strikes a Jesus Christ pose before being resurrected cliche.
He loved it. Being a ranger.
you, dude. He only got his Ranger armor for a second, and was only partially through his Ranger training when he died. I realize you want to pump up the emotions of this moment, but don't use bullshit to do it, dog.
Zordon, why didn't you step through? That was your only chance.
I know, but only one can come back.
You, movie. Billy's essence wasn't sealed into the ship's matrix. How the can he come back to life?
We gotta go to Krispy Kreme, Jason.
He morphed when the Matrix opened. Earlier, Billy was able to morph in a random cave. Now we've got to go through all this dramatic bull for the rest of the team to change. Movie has taken 1.5 hours to get to a point where Power Rangers fans can cheer about something. If Rita knew where to send these rock bastards, why didn't she just take the ship out herself? If she wanted to give the Rangers a little practice before they got to her. Are they kicking ass because they're now wearing suits they have no training in? Or because the movie's about to end? I mean, how the f*** does he even know this is possible?
My monster girl!
I'm becoming convinced that 30% of this movie's dialogue was lifted from a bad porn movie.
Mother's good. Mother's good.
Don't think I even need to point out what's wrong with this moment.
Rita and her golden boy haven't found Krispy Kreme yet.
Why the f*** not? She knows everything else in this movie, but can't figure out where the f***ing donut shop is.
Zach, Billy, you circle the Krispy Kreme.
Making the product placement part of your finale? Add 20 cents.
300.
Sorry, Bumblebee.
God damn, this movie's pop culture references are on crack.
That's what you get.
Wait, are those the girls that were mean to her before? And she could tell that from the sky moving however the f*** fast she's going? Is he recognizing his dad right now? From that distance? These f***ers are guessing and flailing their way to victory with astounding ease. It's like discovering plutonium by accident.
Here we win? Yeah!
Premature celebration.
I feel the crystal.
Villain comes back from the dead. Well, really, just from being knocked down a few minutes ago to pad this f***ing movie's runtime. Well, at least Elizabeth Banks is having fun. Well, that's a totally new thing. Guess he didn't use it before for dramatic purposes.
No one dies alone.
No joke, I've literally been screaming "Just Die Already" at my TV for the last 60 seconds. And I know Barrett is writing scenes for this movie too. We will die together at least.
Thank you for being my friends.
You're not friends. It's been 11 goddamn days. As the Dino suits all converge into Voltron, I'm left to wonder how this is happening. There was no voice command, no Wonder Twins activate, no Go-Go Gadget arms, nothing. So the suits are smart enough to know when the situation calls for the Dinobots to become beast.
How?
Why is Rita surprised? The Zords are clearly equipped to merge, and I have to believe that in the hundreds of millions of years they've been used, this has happened before. She's been bossing Goldar around like he's her little bitch the whole time. But instead of saying fight them, she merges with Goldar. Maybe so she can control him like a liquid gold Jaeger, but probably because the two of them combined make an even stronger villain. And they just didn't do it until now because she's lazy and prefers walking around and giving orders to just winning the quickest possible way. Awesome, I sat through this f***ing slog of a movie to finally get to the part where there's big, slow things punching each other. And just for the record, the Rangers are going to win this fight, and end this movie with a goddamn deke, a fake out. Goldar is stupid, see, being made of molten gold and woefully behind on his Barry Sanders research, so he's unfamiliar with the concept of a juke move. Man, even this guy's mother's cancer situation seems to have improved.
This Ranger team did what my team could not.
Late movie narration.
Tommy Oliver.
Silly movie. Mid-credit scenes are for Marvel.
157.
Period for another 69 years.
What the hell?
I love gold.
Yeah.
Gonna do that.
The doggies are in the corral.
This big guy, come on.
Oh, Billy. Call of West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
What did the five fingers say to the face?
You can trust me.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. I watched Jane die. You need to follow the three rules to being a Power Ranger.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and
Dodge!
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Well, for the most part, yeah. I think if you weren't a Power Rangers fan, you didn't like this movie.
Yeah.
Even if you really didn't watch the show even as a kid, you didn't like this movie. And you can see why. There's a lot of generic teenage stuff. It's essentially a discount Chronicle movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that reminds you more of the MCU and the DCEU more than anything else.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that you question, like the van. How did they get out of the van pretty much after it was destroyed and everything?
Oh yeah, they tried.
Why was Billy saved though he wasn't leaked to the ship's computer system?
Yeah.
Why would they not stop fucking mentioning Krispy Kreme?
That's the #1 overall main thing. Because even as you can tell there, even he's like, fuck, come on, are you serious?
I mean, regardless of this, I still enjoyed the movie overall.
Don't get me wrong, I still liked it. I still enjoyed it.
If you are a fan, you're remotely a fan of the original series, you would enjoy it too.
Yeah.
So I recommend checking it out. For the most part, yeah, he nailed a lot of stuff correctly.
Oh yes,
a lot of stuff correctly. So, yeah. One thing I would like to say is like, movie producers are morons.
Yeah.
Now what I mean is, you've read about this, have you? About the Kong Skull Island thing, controversy, CinemaSins?
Yeah.
I don't get it sometimes. There was a guy a while ago that said, watch CinemaSins if you're fine with something you love being poked at.
Yeah.
Prior to that. If you're fine with that, you'll enjoy CinemaSins. Do not watch it if you're remotely worried that's going to ruin something for you.
No, it's not going to ruin anything. It's just for those who just, enjoy it,
Well, that's what I'm telling you what the guy said.
Yeah.
Now, there was the Kong Skull Island guy who didn't hear that and pretty much went off on the main CinemaSins guy on Twitter. Just went off of him. Every scene brought up, he brought up the producer put a reason why it was like that to counter the sin, and it was just, and the guy just comes on Twitter later going, "Hey guys, been away for a while. What did I miss?" It's like, it's humor. It's
supposed to be funny.
You can make fun of it. You don't have to watch it. Nobody's telling you to watch it. Nobody's forcing you to watch it. But
yeah, exactly.
But don't go off of what people are saying. This guy is saying. If you enjoy the movie, don't listen to the guy.
Yeah.
Like we just said, we enjoyed the Power Rangers movie.
We enjoyed it.
It's not great. It's not perfect. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems, and a lot of the problems we saw there. Well, yeah, I'm a bit miffed that he prior at that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna ruin the fact that I still enjoy this movie, regardless of the fucking Krispy Kreme advertisements. But I still enjoy this movie. Okay.
Yeah, same here. I definitely, I enjoy it and stuff like that, but you still want to see, some things maybe you may have missed or anything like that because you're so focused on the film itself and not just looking at, the story, the plot, or the certain little things that you didn't realize that made no sense.
Yeah. So overall, I really enjoyed this. If you can take criticism, I would recommend watching it. If you're a fan of the movie from this past March, if you're a fan of that, and you can take criticism, then watch it.
Yes.
If you can't, steer far away from this.
Yes, that's
is my recommendation. Yeah. For me though, I can take most of it.
I take most of it, dude. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
It's not going to ruin the movie for me because it's, normally I don't watch any of the CinemaSins until I don't watch any of them until I actually want to watch the film, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, and even then, when I watch the film and I watch this, it still doesn't change my mind on the film. Maybe the certain things brings up a good point, but that's about it.
Yeah. So, other than that, though, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you feel like it's just a little bit more than anybody else, couldn't talk about how annoying the Krispy Kreme adverts were in this movie, hit the subscribe button down below or at the end of this video.
And again, just let us know what you think. If you agree with which we say pretty much for, the producers or even just people in general who think like that. I mean, put your comments down below. Let us know what your thoughts are, especially towards CinemaSins. I mean, we're not saying they're bad. They're fun. We enjoy what they do. But definitely just leave your comments down below. Thank you for watching, and definitely put down what you thought of our reaction overall to this video, and even afterwards what we discussed.
Yes. So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And that was a very sins-filled episode of SRB.
See ya
later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to see any more of our videos, check out the playlist links down below in the description.
And you can also check out our Twitter account pretty much down below at Super React Bros.